Welcome to Scottish Outdoor Life. Tonight I'm having a shot at Walk Mill. One of the guests has invited me down. I've got some company. I've been gillying today further up the river, so I've just come down here for a quick shot. I'm going to give the gilly burn a quick go, then drop down into the bleachings, then finish in the gurnal. I think they've had 3 today, so hoping we manage to get a hold of something. A lot of people have been asking if I'm still making these videos. Yes, but I've just been working an awful lot this year, so I haven't been out too much. But listen, I hope we get one tonight. Hope you enjoy it. Just going to fish this bit really quick. The fish don't really hold at this side, but you do stand the chance of a running fish coming through. I think the tide's at about 8 o'clock in Perth, and we have been seeing running fish up and down the river each day, so I thought it was worth a go. Maybe get a sea trout in there as well. So Orla and I are doing a challenge. We've both got a rhubarb and custard, and we're going to see how long it can last. See who can make it last the longest. Orla! Okay, you count down. Is yours in? Okay. No cheating now. Don't be taking it out and putting it in your pocket. So that's me halfway down the bleachings. Nothing doing. One of the other guests, he stayed on. He's had one in the gurnal spinning. So I'm just away to head down there. This top bit's actually just a smidge on the pacey side for me. I think the best chance is in this bottom half. Really kind of from here down. So we'll go and give it a go and see if we can get hooked into something. I don't know where Orla is, but I've still got a tiny bit of my rhubarb and custard. I just dropped it in the river there. I don't know if she's got any of hers left though. Don't know what she's doing up there. Playing in the rocks. You see, compared to the top half, this is just nice, and it's a far better pace for them. They come through this hard water. They will come through just below us, but the majority, I think, still come through this side. And they just come in and mill about this bottom end. Normally they'd run up and sit up by that boil, but for slowing up running fish, we're probably still wanting another 6 inches off it. You want it about a foot. So in this pool, some of you might have fished it, most of you probably haven't, but between this boil here and that big rock, there's actually a stone. Now, when it's low, you can see the boil off it. When it's higher, you can see the boil off it, but at this height, it doesn't actually show. It's a bit of a funny one. You have to let your fly swing right round, because from this height or any higher, you can often get a fish sitting in it. Now, it's generally often inside your wading line, because as we go down here, we'll cut across a bit. I've been caught out with it a few times. You just got to make your first pull to cast and the bloody thing will tighten up on you. That's the first time I found it. Aye. Probably 25 years ago or something like that. My fly can't be far away from it now. Remember when I was about 13, I was in here, my dad was following me down, and I got opposite the steps there, and I got one. There's a series of stones way out there. Back then we were using Rio accelerators, fly lines, and overhead casting them. God, you could cast them for miles. Well, the fly would just hit the water, move about 3 or 4 yards, and whoosh, I got one. And then I got it out, beached it here. The water was higher than this, kind of nudged it into the grass. And then my dad was obviously a bit closer to me. I walked back out, just ripped off my full length of line, exactly the same again. Same cast, moved 3 or 4 yards and it took it. Well, I did that 5 times. I got 5 fish in total, and by the time I was going out to try and get my 5th one, my dad, don't know why he put up with me, and my dad was almost behind me. But thankfully he was just glad to see me getting some fish. Back in the day when there was a lot of fish. Did you not get any? As long as you didn't use my hat. What's that? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Here, look. Look. You see it? You see it?
Oh my god. That's nothing.
Still there though.
It's not even got any colour.
No. It's probably rotted my teeth. was it?
From there to there.
No, we'll just leave it there and we'll get it on the way out.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing? You going to go down onto the Croy? Might be more minnows at the back of it. Sure? I don't think there'll be any there. Did you want to pick the fly? Right, you pick a fly, because that one never worked. So this is the one we used. You can have a look in the bag, not any of the big ones.
Right. So like one of these.
One of them, or that's one of my favourites.
So one of these. So out of these 6.
Or
Out of those. This one.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay. It's quite small. Oh no, well, we'll go with that. Doesn't catch anything, you're getting the blame. Yeah, well, that's true.
And it's not my fault because I didn't really
What?
You got the daddy long legs.
I thought you were talking about the bird poo that you just sat on.
No, I didn't sit on bird poop.
You
I
ju-
sat on it.
What, so you put your jacket on it? And then sat on it? Right, so Orla's picked the fly. It's a wee bit small, but we'll give it a go. It's probably smaller than anyone else has tried today, so it might just work. That was a fish down there. It is about the right time of tide. I'm just going to race through this with this fly. The other guy that was down here, he has spun it as well though, so it's probably odds are against us a wee bit if he's raked a flying sea through here. I'll fish it quickly with this one, then I'll go through it with my orange one, the Old Faithful. I've now seen 4 in here, 1 up here, 1 just out here, which is the perfect taking spot, 1 down in here and 1 across the far side. So the gilly's having a quick cast. He's going to have a cast opposite me here. I've told him to come down. There's another fish just where my fly's landing, right in the spot. I've got this fly that Orla chose for me, but I've kept it on to try and get a fish on it, but it's certainly not the fly I would have chosen. I'm just going to fish it through. What a shame, I'd feel guilty if I took it off. I'll fish it through and then I'll come back up and I'll go down through it. That'll be kind of perfect time of night. Put something a bit bigger on. One of my usual ones. This is the spot though, casting from this stone normally. If you had the right fly on. It's just too small, I think. It's not very heavily dressed at all either. You never know. Yeah, just slipped on a rock. Thankfully it didn't get down my waders, just my arms. Look at the state of that. It's mud. So that's the second time I've fallen on camera. Thankfully it was just my arms that got wet that time. Only in about 10 inches of water. And behind the groy a big slimy stone. So I've come back up with another fly, my normal fly that I use. A lot of fish showed in here. I just hope they're still. It kind of coincided. That was about an hour after tide, an hour after high tide at Perth. Yep, there was another one. It's right on the money, right in the spot as well. Bound to get one this run down. It's another wee head and tail way across the far side. That's 6. That's fish running through. Definitely. I'd be very, very surprised if I didn't hook one. That amount of fresh fish about. Surely. Oh, is it away? Oh, nightmare. That was it. Ah, hooked it away out here. Ah, I knew I'd hook one. I couldn't not hook one. Fucker. Eh? Yeah, it was pulling and pulling on my line. Looked like a wee grilse. All right. Oh God. Do you know when how old are you? 11 and soon. When I was about your age, I used to help out down here. And I read a book by a man called Paul Young. And he said that he was fishing a pool and the gilly told him to throw stones into the pool because there was fish in there but they weren't interested, and it would stir them up and make them angry, and then he went in and caught a fish. And then, how old was I? I was about 12, I think. So I was helping out here up in the Bleachings where we started, and I don't know his second name. It was a guy called Ed, quite a youngish guy. And so I thought there was lots of fish in the Bleachings, but they weren't taking anything. So after reading this book, I thought, well, I said to him, well, why don't we start throwing stones in it? So we threw about 20 stones right into the main part of the pool, and the old gilly that used to be here, Sandy Penny, that I helped out, he came down and went absolutely mental. He says, what on earth are you doing? Because technically it scares the fish, you know. But needless to say, we didn't catch anything. And I just got a bollocking from the gilly. He wasn't too bad once he heard that I read it in a book.
Was it in like a kind of closed off bit?
No, it was in a big pool like that. We were throwing them right out in the middle.
Oh. What about the thing in the book?
Oh, it was a small river, I think. Well, that's me finished. I've seen 8 out here in total. Obviously a run going through off the tide. Got a hold of one, a grilse. It didn't hang on. Orla's had a good time. I won the rhubarb and custard challenge, but I'm due her £2. Oh no, you're due me £2 because I hooked one.
What?
I hooked one, we bet.
No, you said if you caught one.
Did I say caught one?
Yeah.
I think we'll need to review the footage. I think I said hook one. Right, okay.
I thought you said
I'll take your
caught
word
one.
for it. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.